Sometimes I like looking at fairy tales to kind of understand things that are going on in my own life. And recently I looked at Sleeping Beauty, which was my favorite movie as a child. And the sole lesson that came up for me around why I like Sleeping Beauty is something I found really fascinating. So I wanted to share. I have had a lot of interesting experiences throughout my life, and some of those are patterns, meaning that they've repeated multiple times. And one of the patterns that has repeated for me is other people, usually well-meaning people, right? Because I think mostly people do mean well for us, but they can hold us back in life because they think that they know better than we know which direction our lives should go, right? And so I noticed that was the pattern in Sleeping Beauty too. Isn't that fascinating? Where her parents thought that they really could intervene with her fate. And they had her removed to the forest with her 3 little fairy godmothers that were literal fairies, right? And they took care of her until she was 16. But even though they destroyed all the spindles in the kingdom, she was still entranced by a spindle that was in some attic. And the spindle wasn't even there. It was created, right? Because she was going to meet her destiny no matter what. And I know this is just a fairy tale. I just like to interpret things through that lens sometimes because I love fairy tales, right? And I love storytelling. And so I found it fascinating that no matter how many people try to intervene in your life, no matter how well-meaning they are, they could never intervene with your destiny. You are always going to get to where you're meant to be.